Good evening, welcome back to Real Reds Talk. My name is Sam, I'm joined by Chivy. United have won 3-0 against Everton away to Goodison Park. It's a bit of a game of two halves, that, Chivy. We'll break down everything and all the sort of little highlights and stuff. But yeah, just give us your thoughts on the game overall. We'll get into specific players like Mainoo, Garnacho, etc. But just give us your thoughts overall on the game.
I think the scoreline flattered the game, obviously, because the performance definitely was not a 3-0 performance by any stretch of the imagination. It was. I expected. I knew Everton were going to come onto us, and I said that in the group chat, but I was expecting more. Transition for Mr. Transition Football. I don't know what happened today. Sorry if my Nigerian accent comes out every now and again, but I was hoping to see Mr. Transition, but we didn't see any of that. And this would have been the perfect opportunity to take advantage of those gaps that they will leave. And I'll be fair. To be fair, like there was lots of opportunities, but the ball always went to the wrong player to make that decision to. You all right?
Yeah, so I couldn't see certain things on the screen, so I'm having to move certain things. Yeah. You carry on.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a scrappy game. We defended well in certain bits. I'm happy that Onana was starting to make saves now, and Maguire wasn't crap. He was decent. So yeah, there's some positives to take from it, and of course, it's a big 3 points. It's a big 3 points, especially since Tottenham dropped some points. With Liverpool and City both drawing. I know we're nowhere near them in terms of levels, but it's always good when people above you drop points and then you can capitalize. Another positive is this happened under Fergie a lot as well, when we wouldn't play well and we win, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully when we start to get the ball rolling, we have something to build on. So I'm not super negative today, but I'm happy we got the 3 points, but I would have just loved to see some football, because I'm not excited anymore. When I saw the lineup today, I was excited, but I haven't really enjoyed football in a long time, and I just want to see some good football.
No, I agree. Brian Casey in the chat, Evie lads, honestly can't believe what I just witnessed. Goal of the season, Mainoo is the future. The future is now. Yeah, we'll get into both of those things. Don't worry, Brian. Yeah, I think the game, like you were right. I think the game we didn't just deserve the 3-0. We didn't play well enough to sort of get that. And again, relying on sort of individual moments to sort of get a win and grind out a result. And now, don't get me wrong, if it's a choice between winning in a league or winning the trophy and playing shit, or playing well and then finishing mid-table, you're going to take the wins and every time, aren't you, and winning the trophies. So that's the important bit we've got to look at. We've got a big week this week. Like you said, we've got Galatasaray away Tuesday, and we've got Newcastle away at the weekend. So it's a big fucking week for us right now. And this was a game that you looked at and you thought, this is a winnable game. On paper, winnable game. But obviously, with the way we are, it was a bit tricky and we were sort of nervous looking into it. I want to touch on a couple of individuals because I thought a couple of individuals stood out. Let's touch on the Garnacho goal first. For me, I cannot believe what I saw there. 2 minutes in, ball goes in from Dallo. I think he fucked the cross up, personally. I think it was a poor cross. I think he was trying to direct it and it just fucked off to the other side. Garnacho resets himself, gets his body turned correctly. Hits probably one of the best overhead kicks I've ever seen a United player score in my life. I think it's up there with the Rooney goal in the derby in terms of the technical thing. Maybe in terms of the importance, the Rooney one's better because it's against City, but is what it is. Talk us through that goal, man. When you saw that, I was blown away.
Yeah.
What a fucking goal that was.
Yeah. It was like time stood still for because the ball went in. I disagree. I think he was aiming for him, because in the game I saw Dallo do that again. Maybe after that, there was a couple of times where he tried to find the player at the back post. So I don't know. It might have been a fluke. Who knows? But it was perfect, and Garnacho struck the ball sweetly. And I think what would make this slightly better than Rooney's was the distance that he was from the goal, because
Yeah.
he had to take a couple of steps forward
Yeah.
to actually get the ball, because he adjusted himself, right? With the Rooney one, the ball floats in and it goes off. Nani floats it in. It goes off company, I think,
Yeah.
and it's going away from
Yeah, so
Rooney.
it's already going the other way, and it's all he has to do is
We're
like
already
turn.
going the other way, so he gets it back on. But Garnacho literally had to take a couple of steps to get it. So I understand, but either way, like it was a goal that we really, really needed, because it was one of those games where if we didn't get the early goal, Everton
Tough
would have
night.
kept growing in
Yeah.
confidence. Yeah, it would have been one of those nights, and then we probably wouldn't have been able to sustain the pressure. And they'll just get more confidence from the crowd. But what a goal! Like goal of the month, probably one of the goals of the season
Yeah.
that I would see. And I'm so happy that it was Garnacho that got that goal, because the players right now are struggling for confidence, each and every one of them, right? And we know that they're a lot better than what they play right now. But because of everything that's happening at the club, these people aren't robots, they're humans as well. So obviously, when you're suffering from a loss of confidence, you start second guessing every decision you make. And so you need little things like this to actually, just boost that confidence a little bit more, get the dressing room going, get the vibes going. And yeah, brilliant. Probably one of the best goals I'm not saying the best, but one of the best we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's probably the best goal I've seen since, I don't know, Ollie time. I think that was the last time I enjoyed a goal that much. Like that was fucking like out of nowhere as well. Like amazing strike from Garnacho. That kid, when he's on it, he's a special talent, and I think we just need to sort of direct that talent correctly to get the best out of him, because I think sometimes he does go missing in games, and he's sort of like say, but he's still young, still at time. So
it's not his fault. It's just
no.
if we, it's the way we play. Like if we play to his strengths, it's not his fault.
No.
I think it is. I think it's the way we play. But we'll get onto that.
Yeah. So and then after that, we kind of. I don't know about you, but I felt like we took our foot off the pedal completely after that. I felt like Everton grew into that game more and more as that half went on. We looked terrible. Passes were going straight. Really sloppy defensive work. He was bouncing about the box. I thought Onana made some fantastic saves, like really, really good saves. And I think people just started deleting tweets. All these people who got on Onana's back right at the beginning, knowing full well he would come in, there would be issues, because there always is when a new goalkeeper comes to a club. There's always issues and there's always problems. But since that penalty save, I think he's been outstanding. Some of the saves he's pulled out and kept us in games, and people are like, oh, you should have kept De Gea, you should have kept De Gea. He's done some of the saves that De Gea would have been absolutely applauded for back in the day, and fantastic saves. So I think he deserves the plaudits. But you can touch on Onana as well if you want. But I wanted to get to the sort of main sort of guy, Kobe Mainoo, man. What a fucking kid. What a talent this kid is. Like, he put a massive goal line clearance to stop an Everton goal. It could have been 1-1 going into half time. And then a fantastic block as well on the sort of edge of the box. And then throughout the game, fantastic passing, the maturity level, the confidence, the calmness, everything about him. This kid looks every bit sensational that he did in pre-season, and you can see why Ten Hag's identified him as like the next one. Just give us your thoughts on. You could touch on Onana as well if you want, but just give us your thoughts on Kobe Mainoo, because I thought he was outstanding today.
Yeah, you know why Kobe is so effective? It's just because he keeps it simple. And Kobe Mainoo doesn't overthink, right? He's so calm. He doesn't need to overthink it. He just does. Do you understand? It's like a baby. You know when you throw babies in swimming pools? It's easier for babies to learn how to swim than adults, because adults were thinking the whole time, the whole movement and all that. I learned how to swim as an adult, fulfilling the African stereotype. Right?
What, is Africans can't swim though?
There's some kind of stereotype about it.
Fair enough.
But anyway, but then babies just do, like they just instinctively do it. And Kobe Mainoo just that's I love the maturity about the way he plays, and he just keeps it simple. And even when he's on the ball and players come on, he's quite unpredictable in his movements. He has really, really good turn on the ball, really good. And he just played like, he was meant to be in that role. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm a youngster coming in, I'm gonna overdo it, I'm gonna, nah. commanded that role, and I think we would have seen a lot better, performance from him if we had a midfielder that was kind of sitting next to him, because McTominay was kind of going off a few times, and he was marking Gay the whole time. So Gay was literally just taking him away, and then it was just literally Mainoo in the middle. But taken to Kobe Mainoo, I'm so happy that it's not an easy place to go to, Goodison Park. It's not easy. Given the circumstances that Everton is in right now, with everything that's happening, the crowd are going to be on you. The crowd are, cheering the team on. It's kind of like a hostile place to go to. And for someone that young to show that level of maturity, I'm so happy. And I know he did the blocks. Obviously, that was a brilliant. Just before then, there was a block he made on, I think it was McNeil, just before the goal line clearance. So I knew those would be the highlights. But the most important thing about the guy is this decision making is so good, and it's what we need. We just need that calmness in the midfield that we've been lacking all season, because we've had Amrabat, we've had Ericsson. We just need that calmness. And there was a time it was like just above the 60th minute when him and Marcus Rashford have this exchange on the right hand side. And he gives Marshall, he gives the ball to Marcus Rashford. And I'm screaming at Rashford, just give it back. And Rashford just does the thing where he just holds the ball.
Yeah.
Tries to, and then he loses it. Mainoo recovers it and gives it back to Rashford. And I'm like, man, just learn from this kid. Like, just keep it simple. Like, that's,
Mate, yeah.
Honestly, I'm so impressed with what he's done.
He's exciting, man. Like, we've been crying out for this kid, and I didn't want to rush him. I didn't want to push him into the team and just be like, you solve everything. But he's come in at 19 years old and looks like he's played that position for the last 4 years. Does not look out of place in that team at all. And I want to give it.
The group chat that I have with my Arsenal friends, like, it was and if they were mentioned, they were like, yo, this boy needs to show some respect. Like,
yeah, he's got no fear, has he? Like, zero fear. Like, as one of my favorite wrestlers, Zero Miedo is that's his fear, zero fear. So I'm like, yeah, he was a real highlight. Really enjoyed watching him play, and for me, he gets man in the match performance. I know Garnacho scored that ridiculous goal, but for the most part, I think Mainoo stands out. I think Onana deserves a shout as well, but absolutely stunning performance. We go on. We end up getting a penalty. We go into the second half. We're still 1-0 up, which I think we were very lucky with the way we sort of played and stuff like that. Going into the second half, penalty decision. Martial initially gets booked for diving, which I felt was harsh, really harsh. I don't think he deserved the yellow card. VAR gets involved. And finally, Chivy, a VAR decision goes for us. We get a VAR decision in our favour. Yellow card gets rescinded. We get a penalty. Bruno hands the ball to Rashford. I don't know if you saw that. He had hold of the ball and he gave it to Rashford. I don't know if it's about getting his confidence back or something. I'm not sure what it was. But he gives the ball to Rashford. Rashford absolutely storms it into the top of the net. Fantastic penalty. Yeah, just give us your thoughts on the penalty.
Yeah, just before we went live, I was watching the Bruno's post-match interview. And literally at the point when we went live, he was saying it in the interview, saying he wanted Marcus to get a goal back, just to kind of get his confidence going and all that. And I think it was a good thing, give it to him, let him, because Marcus Rashford, man, he oh my god, bro, I can't even describe it.
We'll talk about penalty and then we'll do a bit on Rashford as well. We'll talk on Rashford.
But anyway, so it was a good thing that he got the pen, because he needed that. He really, really needed that. We needed that as well for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's really important that whatever we can do just to get this guy back on track, just a little bit, because I've lost it with him. But at the same time, I'm desperate for him to find his form again, because I know he can do it. It just frustrates me to see that someone that good can just wake up and be so shit. And I just hope he gets it back. So it's a good thing that Bruno gave it to him. I'm really, really happy about that. And to be fair, Bruno has had a lot of stick about, the whole captaincy thing, but that's what a captain does.
Yeah, that's a good captain's decision, that. I agree.
Yeah.
So Shah Sam's in the chat. Shout out to Shah Sam, who's a Real Reds Ultra member. What do we make of that Rashford performance? I can't figure out why he can't play a good full game. Yeah, and like you said, I don't know what's going on with Rashford at the minute. I really don't. He looks disinterested. His confidence looks absolutely zapped. Gets the ball, 8 out of 10 passes he loses. He tries to run at defenders, loses the ball, can't get his feet right, and stump. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I really don't. It's really, really frustrating to watch. Really.
Do you remember that time in the second half? I remember this. I think it was the 61st minute because I looked at the time. Marcus Rashford gets the ball and just starts running. Right?
Yeah. No idea what he's going to do. No idea.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Literally, I'm shut.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Nigerian meme that goes, "Why are you running?"
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
You need to clip that up. We need to clip that up. We need to clip the Rashford running and put the Nigerian guy in.
Why are you running? Have you seen that? Yeah. He's running. He's got Tarkowski and Harrison next to him.
Yeah.
Jack Harrison. And they literally just usher him out. Literally, he's just running. And there's literally no one next to this guy. Like, there's the next United player is probably like 40 meters away or something.
I don't think he knows. Like, when he gets to near the box, I don't think he knows in his head what he's going to do. He's like, I think in his head, he's just, I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to run. And that's it. Like, I
was like, where are you going? I was literally just looking, where are you going? Where are you? Like, literally, he just starts running. And they just usher him out nicely.
Do you know, like that, you've seen Forrest Gump, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like, from that day on, I was running. And he's running. And then he gets to the end and he just goes, I think I'm going to go home now, tired. And he just turns around and walks on. It's kind of Rashford. And he's just running for no apparent reason. And then he just gets tired. And then that's it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's frustrating, man. Like, I hope this goal the penalty does something for him. Great penalty. I hope he kicks on. But at the minute, he's doing my head in, man. He really is doing my head in. And I was annoyed that Garnacho came off for Palestri instead of Rashford. I would have switched it round, I think. I would prefer Palestri coming on, but it is what it is.
And Palestri came on and
attacked them, made trouble,
immediately. Like, the change was
Anyway. But Palestri, like you said, Palestri comes on, Garnacho comes off, Mainoo comes off as well because he's not played a full 90 minutes in the first team yet, so I think that was a good decision. Amrabat comes on. I think Shaw goes off as well. Wan-Bissaka comes on. Clearly, Ten Hag's like, all right, we're shutting up shop here. Like, let's see. And then your boy, Anthony Martial, with one of the coldest finishes I've ever seen from him. That is Anthony Martial of old, that finish. What it like, such a great finish. Palestri with a pre-assist, and I think, is it Bruno who plays him in?
Yeah,
Bruno plays him in, and he just, little dink, keeper goes down, little dink over the top of keeper, 3-0. I think three of us said it in the chat at the same time, like, cold as ice, like, absolute cold as ice. Like, I've never seen, I have seen it, actually, I've seen it millions of times for Anthony Martial, and I wish we had that guy all the time, because when he's like that, he's a fantastic player, and I thought that was an absolutely great goal. But yeah, talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a typical Martial goal. Like, I know a lot has gone on over the past couple of years, but if you go back and watch his goals, this is what he does. It's just ice cold in front of the goal. He's never rushing anything. It's typical Martial. I wasn't surprised. That's what he does. I would love for him to get more chances, because most times over the past couple of years, he comes on 20 minutes, 15 minutes to go. The mood isn't right. People expect him to come on and just dribble everyone and score. It doesn't happen that way. If you give this guy chances, he'll score. Last season, excuse me. Last season, even when he was injured, I think up until
it's our top scorer,
February, wasn't he? Yeah, he was still our top scorer, even when he was injured and missing all these games. So, like, Martial is a player where if you give him chances, if you create chances for him, he would deliver, right? He would score. But I don't know. it's going to take a lot of convincing because, obviously he's not a big hit with the fans, well, at least online. The
Yeah.
match going fans seem to always think his name. So
Yeah.
there's two different, universes there. But yeah, it was, typical Martial Fisher. And it's one of those things where Paul Scholes always scored against Newcastle,
Yeah.
right? Ruud van Nistelrooy scored against Borough and
Yeah.
Fulham. And Martial always scores against
Everton.
Everton.
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game against Everton.
Yeah, I said that in the chat. I was like, him and Bruno always have either a goal contribution against Everton,
Yeah.
always, even when they're crap. So it's excuse me, sorry. It's just one of those things, really, that happens.
Yeah, it's a shame, man, because I don't think we've ever denied the talent that Anthony Martial has. Like he's always got the talent. It's just putting the pieces together and finding some consistency between injury and then he's been played out of position or like dropped and like new strikers have come in and stuff like that. Like you've had Cavani come in and take his place. You've had Ronaldo come in and take his place. He's been played out on the left. And Ibrahimovic played out on the left and the right.
Lukaku came.
Yeah, like he's
been just keeps coming. Yeah,
he's been dicked about, but I think as long as you don't have him as your main man, is like right, this is the guy who's going to score all our goals. If you could play him in a sort of rotation, or I'd even love it, like you've said, I'd even love to see playing next to Højlund on the left. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I want to see that just for one game. Right.
Yeah, bring it on. Like on the right, I don't know. Who would you fucking put on the right? Like at this point, you know what I mean? That's the struggle bit.
Yeah.
Like who would you put? But like Højlund in the middle.
At this point, right, mate. At this point, right, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? I'll play Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the right full back, Luke Shaw as the thingy, and Diego Dalot
On the right wing.
On the right wing, honestly, because given what we've seen this season, I'm sure that doesn't sound insane because nobody...
It can't be any worse, can it? It can't be worse. Like, it can't.
Yeah, because Dano creates chances. Like he's running in, he runs off the play. So yeah, but I think that just so we don't go off on a tandem, and the reason why I wanted to see Martial and Højlund is because if you notice, Højlund plays. He does the thing where he does the 1-2 pass, like he plays off players. And Martial is perfect for that sort of thing.
That's his game, isn't it? It's Martial's game.
That's his game. Playing off people. He loves that. And Højlund is so good at that. And I like to see that just for one game, an experiment, who knows? Even if it's one of them behind the closed doors kind of games that they do.
Maybe if
I'd like for them to try it out.
Yeah, maybe if we get like a shit team in the FA Cup or something, like a Northampton Town or something like that. Just play like Højlund and Martial, see what we can do. Like,
we can do it in training. We don't even need to see it. Let them just try it out and then just see what happens.
Yeah, it's that right wing is a woody though. It's fucking woodying because Rashford played out there, doesn't look good. I don't like Bruno out there. Anthony's been fucking terrible. Sancho don't want to play, so it's just like fucking hell. What do we do? What do we do? I don't know what we do.
Shoot, play McTominay.
Anyway, I don't. It's frustrating.
Oh my God.
I'll read out some comments anyway. I've read that one out. Brian, read that one out. Simon Davis, I tell you the truth, Garnacho's goal majestic. Everton fucked up today, pressure and expectations off the fans, but take nothing away from United. That's Shazam, what I've read. Jamie Goggins in the chat. Rashford average at best. Didn't notice he was on for 80 minutes. Yeah. Lewis, Young should have had a second yellow for that thing. Yeah, I was interested at, wasn't it? They rescinded the Martial one, and Young's already on a yellow card, and he's given away a penalty. Another yellow and a red. Like, is that harsh? Do you think?
Yeah, no, it would have been harsh. It wasn't like a dangerous tackle or anything.
And he's not the last man. He wasn't the last man either. So.
Yeah, it would have been harsh in my opinion. In my opinion, it would have been harsh.
Yeah. Ashley Dallow, wouldn't be surprised to see Mainoo in England Euro 2024. I think it might be a bit early for him, but I'd love to see it. I'd fucking love to see it. Like, I think that'd be great, but I think it might be a bit early. But you never know. Dan Raj, Mainoo should be starting more after that performance. Absolutely. Jamie Gogan, Garnacho, Plessia, Mainoo equals energy. I agree. Shreyas, Martial can still play a vital role for this season. Ashley Dallow, Martial for me was impressive. Jamie Gogan, Martial is like the Iceman in front of goal, but constantly needs an ice pack to compensate. Okay, no.
That's a good one.
Jamie Gogan, at least
said
Dallow. Jamie Gogan. Yeah, and then he's put at least Dallow puts balls into the box. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need at the minute, man.
Mate,
That's exactly what we need.
You get it, honestly.
Shreyas has asked, who should the front three be against Galatasaray? Who'd you pick, Chivy, for the front three against Galatasaray?
Do we have Hoyland, or is he still out?
I think he was a doubt for this, but he possibly...
He might be.
Yeah, he might be fit for Galatasaray.
This is just me dreaming, right? I know it definitely won't be it, but I would love to see Garnacho, Hoyland, Martial. That's what I'd like to see.
I'd be all right with that. I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, so it could be Martial on the right and Garnacho on the left, whichever way. I know Garnacho can play on the right as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I'd just like to see that. But, obviously, we would see Marcus Rashford. It would be the same 4-3 from today.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see that. I'd love to see Pellistri as well. Martial, Hoyland, Pellistri. I'd like to see that as well.
Yeah,
That'd be a good. I'd like to see that.
He came on. I was actually impressed with his performance when he came on today.
Yeah, he's got something. I think Pellistri has got something. I just think his strength and his toughness is lacking. And I think in the Premier League that gets exposed when you're against big ass sort of centre backs and full backs like Tarkowski and people like that. I think so.
I'll be honest. Yeah, but we've seen people who are less physical or who are of a similar frame play well. Pellistri knows what he's going to do on the pitch. This is what I like about him.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what his role is. He knows what he's going to do. And this is, that's the difference between him and other, like Anthony. And Anthony goes on there with his Brazilian samba and just,
just vibes in it. It's just vibes.
He's just going to rely on instinct. They're very instinctive players. They don't. They just when they get the ball, it's whatever. Pellistri knows exactly what he's going to do. It's no fluke that he keeps getting in the Uruguay squad because they know how good he is. And I think if Pellistri actually got a run of games, if the manager was brave enough to play him in a run of games, I'm not his biggest fan. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm an advocate for rewarding performances. So whether or not I'm his big fan, that's a whole different thing. But he's been playing well, and I think he should be rewarded for that. And I think he deserves a little bit more than the minutes he's getting, especially when the people who are ahead of him in the pecking order are not performing to the level that we expect of them.
That's how it should be in football. If you're not playing well, but the guy who's competing you for your place or is an up and comer and they're playing better, they should take your spot. That's just how it should be. And then you have to fight to get your spot back. Yeah. That's how it should be.
He's obviously not training well, so...
No. There you go. Jamie Gogan, we thought with Ronaldo, they named two, they had to both bulk up. Yeah, I think you could do with that. I think his phicality is lacking a little bit. You saw it in the Bayern Munich game. I thought he played really well in the Bayern Munich game, but he just got muscled off quite a lot by their fullback. I can't remember his name. Yeah. But yeah, Geordie's in the chat. How are the lads? How are we doing? There's a couple of quotes from Bruno and Garnacho before we go. Bruno, it's always tough to play against Everton, but I think our performance was really good. First half, not so much, Bruno. Second half, all right, fair enough. Garnacho on his goal, I can't believe it, to be honest. Oh my God. Bruno on Garnacho's goal. A goal like this silences the crowd. I'm proud of him and I'm glad he's on my side. So yeah, that's the... let me just double check if there's any more quotes coming out. Bruno on Kobe Mainoo. Great match for me. He's man in a match, putting in a great performance, comfortable with the ball, never makes a mistake. For his age, so many qualities. He sees things before others. And then Andre Onana is now tied for the most clean sheets in the Premier League. There you go. Just saying.
Football, man. Football is crazy.
Yeah.
Football is crazy.
It's crazy. Anybody who tries... Yeah, anybody who tries to predict stuff in the Premier League,
football is a crazy thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's insane. And it's how many points are we off?
I think 2 now, aren't we? Let's have a look.
City. Right? So can you imagine we're 2 off Tottenham and 4 off?
What are we? 6 and 2 points off Tottenham. Who are in 5th. and then we're 4 points off Aston Villa in fourth, and Liverpool in third, and then 5 points off of City in second.
5 points off. This is insane. How is that?
If you watch, if you didn't look at any of the scores of our games and just watched highlights of the performance, you'd be like, oh, United are mid-table. They're definitely mid-table. Yeah. This is shite.
Yeah.
And then you look at the results and you're like, hang on, what's going on here? Yeah.
I can't believe this, man.
Tottenham, last 5, 1-2, lost 3. United, 1-4, lost 1. That's crazy.
Jeez.
That's fucking crazy.
Wait, so if we won that Palace game, because that game still pisses me off, that Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Then,
we'll be top 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the top, look at the top Arsenal. 1-3, lost 1, drawn 1. City, drawn 2, lost 3, 1-3. And Liverpool, drawn 2, 1-3. So, everybody's out of form. Everybody's out of form. We're probably the most informed team, which is absolutely crazy. So
Where's
crazy.
Newcastle? Are we higher than
above? Yeah, we're 1 point above Newcastle.
We are above Newcastle.
Yeah, 1 point.
What?
The season is crazy. Jamie Gogan, time for the most clean sheets.
If you read the papers, if you read the papers and the headlines, you'd probably think United are 11th.
If you listen to TalkSport, you think we're getting relegated. TalkSport are just talking like that we're fucking getting relegated, but we're 5th best form team in the league, 2 points off the top 4.
That's crazy. I don't even look at the table anymore just because.
Just assume we're shit. Yeah, we're shit.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Jamie Gogan, time for the most clean sheets league. Apparently, we're the most informed team. Yeah, and he's laughing emojis. Exactly. This season, absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's wrap it up there. I think that's a good place to stop. We've got a big week this week. We've got Galatasaray Tuesday, Newcastle the next weekend. Lots of big games. There'll be lots of content coming as well. Lots of new shows, pre-match, post-match, match previews, all that good stuff. Follow the socials. They're underneath me there. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Chivy, cheers for coming on, mate. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you. There's a the most popular sausage roll sold in Nigeria is called Gala.
Okay.
That's Gala, right?
Gala.
Every time I think of Galatasaray, I think of Gala. I don't know why I said that, but yeah.
Can you buy him here? Can you buy him in the UK?
People, right? No, I don't think so.
For fuck's sake. I want to try it now.
I'll send you a picture of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I said that. Just probably wanted to educate people, but yeah, Gala is also a sausage roll. So
nice.
Hopefully they get rolled on Tuesday. But
yeah. Can we buy it? Do you know that Nigerian takeaway you ordered at my place? Yeah. We could buy them from there? Do you reckon they'd sell them?
No. I don't think so. No.
That's annoying. I checked that as well, by the way. I wanted that the other night. I was like, because I moved to this new house, I was like, oh, let's see, and it doesn't deliver here, which is fucking infuriating. It's too far. So, yeah. Anyways, Charles Sam with the last comment. Ten Hag could be given instructions playing good bits in games since we're incapable of maintaining the same tempo full game. So yeah, that's the final comment. Appreciate you coming on, Chivy. Appreciate everybody in the chat, comments, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for all the support as always, and we will see you probably tomorrow, if not Monday. Not Tuesday. Peace out.
Tuesday.